Welcome, 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 everybody. It is Thursday, August 6th, noon p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, or whatever time it happens to be where you are, because you are watching us right now. It is time for the Unlimited Wisdom Inner Circle. We are so glad to have you with us. One of the things that we ask for in the inner circle is participation, and we're going to get that rolling in just a moment, but a couple of things to let you know about. First of all, if you want to share something, it's very easy to do. You can do it live so that we all work together. That's the whole nice thing about Inner Circle is we all work together to help you get a resolution or to help answer a question. Very simple to do. Put your cursor in the middle of the screen where you see me. On the bottom, there's a bunch of buttons. One of those buttons is a button called Raise Hand. Click on that button and we will call on you in the order in which we receive your request. The other way is you can also post a question or a comment that you'd like us to discuss in the chat, and then we will also work on that in the order in which we receive the request. Very, very simple. So, without further ado, let's get our inner circle started. And of course, we always give our first few comments of the inner circle to our dear friends, our mentors and chiefs, and our guides, our GPSs to successes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Terry and Robert Hollis.
Well, thanks, Craig, the hostess with the mostest, and hello, and incredible friends, family. Ben, thank you so much for the really nice testimonial. It's great to have you here. That was awesome. And so thanks, Dustin. Thanks, Melody. Hi, Rebecca, Sandy, Coach Bob, my son, Matthew, Hannah, Ezra, and of course, the honey badger. We'll just, it's that's an old one. Yeah. How did the honey badger, that used to be the most ruthless thing on all social media, how did the honey badger disappear? I don't know. But he's right here. Okay. So hi, Faith, jumping on. So let's explain the inner circle. I think the inner circle moving forward, including today, I would say it's us and me, Terry, Matthew, all of us, just helping each other get to where we want to go. So this would be, because Ask Us Anything is going to be open to the public now. I'm going to use that in the master's mind is things that people can share to get them interested in unlimited wisdom. Does that make sense to you guys? And so now Inner Circle can be you guys asking us any questions. Of course, coming from the old thing, if you need any breakthroughs, let me know. But for those of you that are part of the Inner Circle and the especially the Wisdom Council, just understand that you guys are always in a position where you can ask me any question or ask help with the breakthrough privately anytime you want. You know what I mean? That's going to be my deal is to be able to help you. So it also, if you just wanted to say something or if you just had a statement, a testimonial, I want you to be able to, the inner circle moving forward is where the people that are inner circle members or Wisdom Council or, Legacy, they can ask anything they can do anything they want on here. Right. And so that's the deal. So with that, I just want to open up that, when you can connect with people, there's this new thing that I'm going to be doing, which is going live on social media to build the Unlimited Wisdom audience. And one of the things that, Craig came up with a great subject for tomorrow, but you'll see a lot of the daily wisdoms are all going to be about, things that people need to really focus on. If a person said, what should I do first? What is the most important thing? What is the most important thing? One thing, if you could give me one thing. That one thing is something I've already covered since we launched Unlimited Wisdom, 2.0 or whatever, is that, man, the people that you listen to every day, the people that you hang around every day, is got to be number one. It's got to be number one. Because even if there's people out there that say, put God first and all things will be added onto you, that still is who are you listening to? So if you got a bunch of people, I see Jim's not on here. He probably didn't think he could jump on because he's not an inner circle member. But I'm going to really be talking about this on Sunday's mastermind. But you guys, I just love that whole thing that I say is how do you know that? 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 It's virtually everything that I do, even when I see stuff on social media or hear things on the news. It's like you still don't know how do you know that. It's like you think about all the things that you hear on social media or hear on the news or any of this stuff. It's crazy that you can listen to three different people about one subject and they are so radically different. I mean, polar opposites, the 30-30-30 thing, right? And it's like it's just how are people in this day and age actually getting the truth, right? Yeah, Rebecca, you're right on. It's like because if people don't believe in themselves, if people don't believe in themselves, then and they don't believe in their connection with a higher power, they're listening and asking from other things to get info from, and they are in trouble. They are just so, I mean, with the mastermind that we did, drifting, you know what I mean? Outwitting the devil. The devil, it just got to be just laughing his ass off when people get up and think, oh, I don't know what to do. And he's like, man, I'll give them so much shit to get them sidetracked, get them drifting, get them to second guess themselves. I'll find some people that can excite the hell out of them so I can get them drifting for a while. And then when they realize, oh, this is not for me, then they come back to the core. The core is learning to trust yourself, listen to, learning to build that deal. So Jim sent me this, and when I heard this, I was telling Terry right away. But instead of how do you know that? Here's another one to add on. So this very young kid was talking to Gary Vaynerchuk, right? Some of you have seen his video, some of you haven't. And I don't know what the kid said because the video started with Gary V in the face of this young kid. And what he was saying, he said, who told you that? Who told you that? And you could see the kid go back a little bit and he's going, what? And he says, I want to know who told you that? Who told you you didn't have it? Who told you that you wasn't smart enough? Who told you that it can't be done? Who told you you needed a mentor? Who told you you needed to pay for a course? Who told you that? And he's like, oh my God. He's going like, listen, you got to stop listening to people who tell you stuff. And I'm going like, wow. And so, because I've seen Gary even get in people's faces enough where you can tell that he doesn't care if they even listen to him. He's not trying to sell them anything, right? And he said, I'm going to give you one thing that I need you to do. And if you do this thing, your life will change forever. So how many people want to know what that thing is? And he said, there is so many things that you won't do because you're scared of being rejected. And he says, I want you to apply for a job at NASA. And the guy goes, I'm not going to get that job. No, but I want you to get rejected. He said, the thing I can tell young people today is everything that you're scared of. asking someone for a date, getting a job. He says, I want you to go on a wide open spree of getting rejected so much to finally get over it. He said, just go out there. Now, how many of you guys have heard stories? This is the number one story in success that no one ever talks about. How many times a person tried to get their book published? You know, how many times a person tried to get a loan? You know what I mean? And so you hear this from the Kentucky Fried Stories or all of these stories about the people that just get rejected, 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 rejected. And it finally gets to a point where you got to say in your heart and your mind and your spirit that I don't care how many rejections I get, I'm going to find the right person at the right time. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to figure this out. I'm getting gooder and gooder in every way. So, how many of you people know people? Thanks for jumping on, Mary. I think I said Faith, Michael, and Angela. It's like that's where people's mentality is right now. Is that if you could, can you imagine? There's a good one right there. Imagine never ever being affected by rejection. Wow. Because that's that one thing that everybody says, right? If you knew, if you knew that you were going to think and do something and you will win, no doubt will you win, what would you attempt to do? If all of a sudden, you know, you get a magic wand and someone slaps you in the forehead with it. Carrie told me today about getting hit with a ruler.
Yeah, I used an orange pen, stinky. My teacher had body odor, and I used an orange pen. She came by and smacked my hand with a ruler. Like, you cow.
and so and so I've never seen her. I've never seen you write with an orange pen ever.
Fuck, I'll write with an orange pen all goddamn day. Tell me I can't write with it.
But I just think that that is the thing I wanted to say to open this up, right? So not only do we get to add, you know, I want to get in more detail on Master's Mind on Sunday, but don't you guys find that interested that you just could get in somebody's face and say, "Who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you that?" Making people finally get to the core of they don't know. See, when you really get to the core of the question is, how do you know that? That if you ask yourself that question, so what triggers you, what you think about this, what do you think about that, what do you think about this? And then all of a sudden when someone really gets in your face, what should be you, and you're like, how do you know that? You say this one thing, I need to know how you know that. And since I said that, let me get to the answer to that, right? If someone tries to logically tell you through your mind, thank you, Sandy. I felt it before you did this. Is that if someone's trying to tell you how they know something, and they do this thing with their eyes, looking up left, looking up right. Looking up left means I don't know. Looking up the other direction means you're lying. You're coming up. You're going to make up something. All right. Yeah, Bob, I'm watching you. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's like when people are like, hey, so how do you know that? And they go like this. It's like, shit, I don't want to be embarrassed, so I'm going to make some shit up is what I'm going to do. Is like, but you know, when you ask people, how do they know that? Or who told them that? and you see them thinking, they're never going to get it through their logic. They're only going to get it through the feeling. And so if they're constantly wrapped up in their mind, overthinking, overwhelmed, confused, because they're always looking for a logical thought, you know what I mean? Then you're in trouble.
Oh, look at your pretty hair.
So Craig, you can go ahead and open it up. Hi, Ezra. Wow. That is some wild hair.
Yeah.
So handsome.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
He had a hair bun the other day.
Oh yeah, look at
We
him.
got a picture with a hair bun.
He looks adorable with the hair bun.
You
Bob,
silly
did
man.
you donate some extra hair to him? You and I must have. I don't recall, but I think I may have done that too.
He's got those hair genes, that's for sure.
Hi, cutie patootie.
Good. Better him. Okay, we've got a few people with their hands that just went up. Also, a question that came up from Melody, so I'm going to ask that first. But Sandy Baker and Coach Bob, you guys have your hands up, so hang on, please. You guys will interact with you in just a moment, of course. We gotta make sure that the family here gets to enjoy a little bit of the spotlight. There we go.
Sorry.
You have something to say? What you got to say? No, no, no?
Zubas?
Can you say no?
Nope.
Say no?
My favorite
Okay.
thing is can you say taco? Taco.
Taco?
Taco.
Now
Or
that
like
he's
talk no, you know?
Super adorable.
guy.
I love you.
Talk, no. That's good.
All right, and I see that Rebecca put her hand up. So, all right, we got our order. Let's go ahead and get started. Melody Ryba posted a question in the chat. So we're going to ask that one first. She goes, "What's one mindset? Excuse me. What's one mind shift? Thui. A couple of these words are getting to me today. What's one mindset shift you've seen separate people who achieve lasting success from those who stay stuck, regardless of talent or opportunity?"
The biggest mind shift is that it's okay to fail all day, every day. That the biggest mind shift for people is just to trust the process and not overthink, because when they overthink, they're thinking, what if I do this wrong? What if I get rejected? What if I, got it wrong? What if I figure out doing something? It's like all the thinking, the paradigm shift has to go from thinking to trusting with your heart that you'll figure it out. Don't know if I've ever said that ever. So going from your mind to your heart, trusting that the process and asking a higher power, including yourself, and just willing to fail as you figure out what you really, what your path is, what your everything is.
All right. Thank you, Melody, for the question. Appreciate that. And Robert, thank you so much for the
You
answer.
bet.
All right. So, in reverse order, we're going to be hearing from up and coming Rebecca David and Sandy Baker. But first, his hand went up first. So, Coach Bob, let me go ahead. There you go. Unmute yourself and please share with us.
Hey, Terry. Hey, Robert. Hey,
Hey,
Matt.
Coach Bob, how are you?
Hey, Craig. Great. Wonderful. I got a lot here, so
Oh, no.
probably make them, I'll try to roll through them. Craig, I was wondering if we could get like an inner circle group or circle for that, where you can just post them in there in the Zooms and stuff. And then we could put notes in there for the inner circle, just
You mean just like a circle that is inner circle?
right, right. Right.
I
And
think
then
we
you
can
could
do
just
that.
post the links in there and then only the inner circle people will see that. And if you make it private,
Mm,
just a suggestion.
nice.
All right.
Okay.
Does that
We
make
We,
will.
we
sense?
we we can do that. Matt's got a lot of stuff going on, but when he starts making gates so people can't get in them,
Oh,
then we'll do it.
yeah, that's fine. I just and then about your lives, Robert, let us know when you have those so then we can go share them
Sure.
so then they can go on everybody's feeds.
Okay.
Great idea.
Uh, the other thing is that rejection thing. I just want to bring up. I just want to bring up one thing on that, Robert. So I'm an affiliate with several companies, and recently, there's been a glitch in a system that I've had, and I've lost a lot of sales, right?
Right.
So I'm sitting here, and for the past couple of days, it's just I feel like doing nothing because what's the sense? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
It's just why should I even work at this if they're gonna kind of hose me to, and it took such a long time for me to have them recognize this issue, right?
Right.
It took like a month, and I had to go through uh, Joe Blow, and then this guy, and then they did it up to this guy till it got to there. So I think this goes like for your rejection thing. How do you keep because like I've not been
Yeah.
motivated for 2 days, and I'm trying to get going, and it's just not
What
happening.
I think with stuff like that is just two words. There's this incredible effortless allowing. You know what I mean? So I know that you've experienced this in your life where it's like you're in the flow because it's fun, it's effortless, and things are just clicking, right?
Right.
So what's the opposite of that? The opposite of that is resistance. All right. And what a lot of people don't realize is I know you pray. So if part of
Right.
your prayer is, man, God, just make sure you give me the signs, give me the stuff that I need to see to go in the right direction. I want to do your will. And I want all the blessings and the fortune for me. I want everything that you have to offer me. And it's like, so I surrender. And then the site starts doing sales from you. And so what you do is you're not looking for the sign of going for something else that's going to be your flow. You just fight it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, I'm seeing the signs as sales, right? That's
Yeah.
that's that's where I'm seeing the signs like, okay, I'm
But
doing something right.
your biggest problem is you have no control.
Right.
See, if it was your site with your merchant account, and you get an error, a customer calls you, says I tried to buy something and I got an error, that is handled immediately. That's handled right now, including a follow-up email or a call to the person saying, I'm sorry that you had this difficulty with it. Can I do anything to help you, or would you be willing to try again? Can I jump on a Zoom and walk you through it? And so, like I said, this has happened to me and Matt. A lot of people don't realize this, but Matt can see things when I'm stuck in them. Right? We have a tendency of doing that. That's another reason for community. That's another reason for us talking about it. So when I started building school, there was a lot of issues that came up. A lot of issues. And of course, school had no answers for them. So, hey, I got a question. Is there anywhere can I see my affiliate sales? Can I see what my affiliates are doing in Unlimited Wisdom? No, because I'd like to put a leaderboard together and recognize those people. No. Um, can I at least find out what they're making? No. And Matt was like, I got a lot going right now, but I'm just going to take Unlimited Wisdom and build it on our platform. And listen to my words really closely, Coach Bob. You can watch this recording. So when Matt said that, you know what I would say to Matt? Matt, you got so much other shit going on. This is the last thing that we need to be worrying about. Focus on the stuff that excites you, learn that AI stuff, help people with that stuff. Don't worry about unlimited wisdom. So I stopped the progress of unlimited wisdom because if I said to Matt, you're right, get it done, Matt would have been all over it. Unlimited wisdom would have been something that we could have been building who knows for how many months. But this is the problem right here. Does that make sense to you, Coach Rob?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so when you find yourself upset with something, it's really bigger than you're saying it is. You're just saying, damn it, if I had control of this wouldn't be happening.
Right.
Well, what if it's the universe or God that's going, listen, Bob, you got some awesome fucking skills. You learned some skills. You're not good at shit. You're great at this. And then when you tried to help other people learn the skills you have, they can't even fucking learn it. Because now it's gotten to a place of experience, it's gotten to the 10,000 hours of mastery. It's so simple and effortless for you. You would probably feel, if I said, Bob, listen, Matt's busy. Could you build this website for me? I'll give you $2,000. You wouldn't take any money for it.
Right. I wouldn't. Not from you.
Because you go, Robert, listen, I'll build a site for you. This for me is like nothing.
Right.
This is the same effort I put in to feed my animals. You know what I mean? I'll knock it out. I'll enjoy doing it for you. It's no problem. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's just how effortless it is.
Yeah.
But if you know all those skills and you enjoy those skills and you're good at those skills and people can see that you're good at those skills and you're not only good at it, but here goes the last step is, do you consider yourself a professional at that stuff?
And that I don't. Not,
Okay.
not.
So what's the definition of a professional?
I would say someone that makes money for their skills, right?
Yeah.
That makes, right. So, and I do, right? Indirectly, I do.
Okay.
Through affiliate
So you make
programs,
money for your skills. It's like, do you
Yeah.
make like money for your skills? Do you make like, 5,000 a year?
Oh, more than that.
Oh, so where's the level of pro then?
I would say your level, Robert, where you're at.
No, because my skills is in doing something else. I don't
Right.
do SEO.
Right,
I don't do
right,
sales
right.
online. I don't build websites.
You
I don't.
think yourself as a big fucking deal, dude.
Yeah.
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 And see, now that you're a pro, you've been using your skills in other people's affiliate programs.
Yeah. Right.
And the universe and God is going, fucking time to own it all.
Yeah.
You want to get to the next step? You want to get to freedom? You want to get to that, that goal thing that you did with your family about
Right.
going to a resort and doing all the
Right.
things top level that, we're talking 30,000. How fast can we get 30, 40,000 without dipping into
Yeah.
savings and retirement to go do that with the whole family?
Sure.
That's your ticket. Your ticket is going, the buck stops here. I'm going to run the merchant account. I'm going to sell what's through that merchant account. I'm going to control the product. I'm going to control everything.
Oh, Robert. But the thing is that the second or the quick question, this kind of goes into it. But I've got everything set up, right, to do my marketing stuff. I kind of took a lot of the stuff and I've got it on AI. AI's running it, but I'm just scared. Oh, I just can't take that next step.
Yeah.
And I just don't
So
want to let
listen,
anybody down. You know what I
Listen,
mean?
it's okay to say you're scared, and it's okay to think that you're going to fail. and you're going to let some people down, including yourself, because that's called drifting. So you couldn't have asked this question on a better Zoom, because now I get to say, who fucking told you that? No, I want to know. Who told you that you're not going to be able to pull this off?
Nobody. Myself. Just
Oh,
my inner
really?
self. Right. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now watch this. Do you really think you should be listening to yourself?
I don't know, Robert.
No, you shouldn't be listening to
No.
yourself. That's powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Because where you're probably scared is, again, a little bit more of the surrender and going, okay, in the perfect world with my God-given gifts, what should be the thing that I get to people that is going to make the biggest difference, the biggest impact? What is the thing that I know? And you're going, I don't know yet. All right. Let's start with that. Me and Matt have paid, I won't say too much money,
I
but
was just gonna say
were you really? I took that out of your head.
too much.
Okay. I felt that out of her head on the spiritual internet, right?
Here, you know what I mean? So
But me and Matt can take all of their shit and put it in just a couple words. It's like you first have to have an irresistible offer. And to have an irresistible offer, there's only a couple things that are important. It's like, what if you ask the question, who would I like as my ultimate avatar?
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody, because if you have everybody that you market your stuff to or your shit to, then you're going to attract a bunch of fucking headache people.
Well, that's what I'm worried about, right? I
Okay,
mean, I'm going to get into this issue.
Right? So Matt sent me this thing yesterday that was powerful, and it was Alex Hermosi. And it said, listen, if you help rich people solve problems, and Matt has seen this as his, I've introduced him to people. And those people don't ask questions. They're not overthinkers. They're not wondering whether or not they can fucking pull it off. Yeah. Solve rich people's problems. They pay better. Okay. So when they're in, you ask them what they want to solve, and they don't go, No, they go, listen, I talked to your father. This is the problem I would like you to solve. Can you solve that problem? And Matt goes, absolutely. Start showing them how they can do it. And they go, get on it. When are we talking next? Those are short fucking Zooms. Because you don't got wishy-washy people.
Right, right.
Well, I want to go home, talk to my parakeet or dog. Maybe I need to pray about it. It's like, no, this is what I want.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, totally.
So if you could be a service helping people solve problems and help people that have money that don't really, listen, they don't have time to talk to you. They'll bring someone on the Zoom with you and they'll take notes, and you can say to them, listen, you work for me? Yeah. Did you hear the shit that he said he needed? Yeah.
get on it.
When are you going to get that to him? And they're like, well, he goes, I don't need to hear fucking well. When you're going to see what I mean?
Sure.
But think about your dream avatar, your dream client.
Yeah, that's come through my head. I don't have to accept everybody, just accept the people that I want to work with.
Yeah,
right?
you're interviewing
So,
them.
Yeah.
You're interviewing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
It's
that's
just,
what Matt's doing right now. So,
It's-
yeah.
yeah, I just got to take that next step, right? I mean, I've got my stuff all set up. I put the websites and all that stuff together. I just about got all the AI programs set.
So
I
good.
just,
You're on this path.
yeah. But thank you. This has helped me out totally a lot,
Yeah. And
Robert. I mean, this is
and
so
here's
good.
the deal, Bob. If every day you spend a moment of time imagining X amount of revenue coming from X amount of clients with X amount of zero,
Commas.
you know,
We want the multiple commas.
yeah. So you want to see freedom? You want to see I really fucking love this? And you want to see the revenue.
Yeah.
And so because you won't step into that, like Joseph Campbell said, Joseph Campbell always says, we're always scared to go into the cave where our treasure is.
And it's not as hard or as bad as we all think it is.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just told you, I don't even want to ask Matt this question.
So cute.
Right? Because I guarantee you that if I think back really honestly, I probably had unlimited wisdom come to me. And as soon as it did, then because I had that thought in the universe, I seen an ad or someone talking about school. No, I know how it happened. Alex Hermosi talked about school because he was an investor. And I was watching his video of him making $100,000, right? And I guarantee you, when I thought about unlimited wisdom and created school, that wasn't me and Matt talking back and forth about that. That was me just moving forward. So a year ago, I created unlimited wisdom on school without advising and getting the wisdom from my son. Huge fucking mistake.
But isn't that like your path? I mean, that's how you learn. That's where it got us to here. You know what I mean?
So you should just forgive yourself and move on. And I'm good at doing that.
Right.
But still, if Matt just wouldn't have done it, I'd fucking still be over there. And every day wondering why I'm not promoting school.
Well, yeah, it got to a point.
When I prayed and surrendered and got a direction, but then I took it the wrong way. It's like, listen, it's time to focus on unlimited wisdom. I got you. I know it's going to be scary. I got you. Then he gets me started. And then he goes, why not throw in a master's mind on Sunday and start talking about me? Hang on. I'm not a pastor or a priest or a rabbi or a bishop. I'm not one of those guys. I don't know if I want to be one of those guys. I never asked you to. Just talk about your personal experience. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. And then as soon as I become comfortable with that, Matt sends me a link to look at new unlimited wisdom, and now it looks like that's the forefront. Matt's like, wow, we're starting our ministry. We always talked about this. And I'm like, huh? So I've been going through the scary shit too, but I'm getting over it because I'm pushing into it each and every day.
Good.
Fail forward.
Yeah, fall forward.
Fail forward.
That is awesome.
Okay, any other question?
No, yes, I do have more. Is Matt around?
He's right there.
He's right there.
Oh, is he? Hey,
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
Terry's gonna love this because now I get off the screen and I can mute and she can just watch Ez.
Oh, there you go.
He's popping his bubbles in and out.
My question is on the videos that you have, the one for the I can't remember the site called, and I apologize, Matt. The one for the one that businesses are going to use to advertise their. You said you weren't like completely done with that. I think that's going to be a big seller for you. I've seen a lot of those out there.
Like the review pilot stuff is what you're talking about?
What was that?
Was it Review Pilot that I shared with you that you were talking
Or
about?
AI
Not-
Upline or
Not
Posting
that
Pilot?
one. It's the one where they make videos for their businesses, where they hold their products.
Oh, viral video promos.
Yeah. Are you still
Mhm.
working on that, or is that kind of? Excuse me.
No, I mean I should. I definitely should work on it. You know?
'Cause
So like I think
that's a good
that
one,
there's
too. I think that's a really good one too, because people will pay that much for a video for a business, for an ad. You know what I mean? That's nothing to them, right?
right.
So just I was going to bring that to your attention. And then what are you? I'm sorry. What were you using for the office stuff? The videos that you were using for the office? What were you using on that? Is that
Minimax H3.
Can we get that, or is that something you have
So
locally?
yeah, so it's unrestricted just that way. If you go to Minimax's website and subscribe, that's one way to get it. More, if you wanted to run it locally, like completely uncensored,
then
well then you
do that.
No,
I
you
don't have
can.
enough.
You just go to RunPod and rent a 5090 for a couple bucks an hour and just drag in. I mean, you'd have to know the workflows and stuff like that. But I could give them to you. It's just, and the cool thing is too, is like, honestly, you just run it through. Like right now, I'm having it refine a workflow, and Opus 5 is refining it while I'm talking to you. So I have it open. I'll show you what I mean.
Yeah.
Where this one.
So do you use workflows for everything that you've done, or do you?
I mean, this is more like, so this is on my local computer. It's being generated right here through Comfy UI. This is something that I like adore and have been obsessed with ever since it became a thing years ago. And so, you know, locally you can build this out, but you can also build it out on RunPod or something along those lines. It's pretty much exactly the same. But the way I would do it is open up Claude, right? Claude Code. Open the browser. Go in the browser inside of Claude Code or Codex if you're using Codex.
Sure, I know.
And then go to RunPod, set up an account, do it all in there, and just have Claude set up everything.
Oh, so you do that? Okay.
Yeah. So like,
all right.
I was telling somebody the other day, it gets crazy because if I go, let me click here and go unlimited wisdom, right? So this is Codex because, you know, I have a subscription to both of them. This might not run the best right now because I'm rendering out videos. Or it's testing. Basically what it's doing is it's running through all these different tests, and then it's trying to generate a video that actually doesn't fall apart. And it can tell visually whether that's happening or not. So it just finished one. This one turned out pretty good. All right. So yeah, you can go in here and use RunPod and stuff like that, but I'll have Codex open like this, which is another, this was the AI one, or Open AI one. But what's cool about this is I keep testing it. Basically, the thing that I wanted to do yesterday with it was, or not yesterday, earlier. I'm like, okay, well, can we just get the zooms like in there now instead of me building it out? Is there a way to embed all of these zooms and allow someone to join straight from the back office is the gist of it, like what I wanted to do. And it was like, yeah, what we would need is, you know, the SDK. We need to set up our own Zoom app. We need to do all of this, right? And it gave me all of these phases, part 6. And I normally always have AI break things down into phases. Like what things can you do and what things do I need to do? And so it does all of this stuff. And then I went, hey, if I log in to Zoom inside of the browser and Codex, could you just set it all up for me? And GPT went, absolutely. And I just watched him grab the mouse. He created the app, named it, connected it to the website, did it all by himself. So now, after this Zoom today, moving forward, you'll be able to join the Zooms straight inside the back office and watch them.
Wow.
Because that's something that Zoom, I guess, can do, but we just hadn't done it. So, but that's the type of stuff I'm talking about, right? Like, not a lot of people know that you can just download Codex onto your computer, open up the internet browser in Codex, and tell it to do anything, and it basically can. Like, it could go in and set up an app. It could go in and put in details. Like, it's insane the level that it's at already.
Yeah, I haven't used that Codex, so I'm gonna have to get and do that. Is that like a separate subscription then to that?
So
Or
Codex is just it used to be called Codex. It's just legacy talking from me. It's just the Chat GPT app on your PC
Right,
or
I
on
see
your
that.
Mac.
No,
Yeah, and then from there you just flip it over into Codex. So I'll show you what I mean.
I know there was a link for it. I haven't tried it.
No
yet.
worries. But up here, once you download the app, there's Chat GPT, which is like communicating.
Right.
And then there's Codex, build, debug, and ship, and you just put it on Codex. And then you have the ability then, like say I open up a new chat, I could just toggle this window, click browser, and go to any website I want, and then tell it to do whatever I want. And you can break it down into structured folders and stuff. It's the same. So this is how I build out everything. Basically, the way that I use OpenClaw and Hermes are like, they do everything on their own, right? I build everything inside of Codex or inside of Claude Code. Everything I do now. So
Yeah. See, I use Claude Code. I haven't gone in there to use Codex, but I'll have to try
I'm
it.
on the $200 subscription for Codex, which is ChatGPT, and I'm on the $200 subscription for Claude. But that's a business expense for me.
Right.
So
right.
so at this point, it's worth it because I can basically do both of my and now, by the way, too, if you use Hermes, I don't know if you know this, Hermes Agent, because you had a PC, like a separate one.
Right.
You can spawn almost, depending on how much RAM and stuff you have, you can spawn almost as many of those on one PC as you can now, or as you want. So I have 6 Hermes agents that just go do stuff for me, or other people are using them.
Wow. That's awesome.
So like I'll set up for a client. So Joel Arias is one of them. So I'm like, he's like, I want a new bot and everything. So I just set it up locally here and trained it on all of his stuff. And guess what I did, guys? I opened up Claude Code, logged into the current website he has, which I'm going to rebuild it, by the way, now. And I just went rip through all of the training, watched the videos, transcribed them, trained the brain, and it just sat there for 4 hours and did it.
Cool.
And then I gave that to Hermes and said, now train an AI that only follows this code, this Bible brain. And it does. So it's like that whole step and stuff, you know, I don't mind telling you guys, I charged Joel $2,500 to do that. I don't tell Joel this, but I did it in an afternoon.
Yeah, but you know what? It's the stuff you put into it. I mean, do you know what I mean?
I think, what you were talking about earlier, I have some advice for you. Just forget any of the the perfection and just become an iterative person. Because you have enough humility to be an iterative person and it wouldn't be a big deal. So like, hold on. Here you go. Hi, Ez. It's his nap time and he's starting to now sleep almost at 1 p.m. for his nap. So he's starting to lose it a little bit. But and I've experienced this myself, Coach Bob, you've got that humility. So since you've got the humility, if somebody buys your product, you going out of your way like you would for any client or any person is going to make up for any non-perfection you think they're going to hit. Like it will.
That's my problem, right? I don't think I know enough or I don't have enough.
Oh, but Fable knows enough.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the reliance, this is something that I did too. So I was building out a website. I was doing deals and I was basically undercutting myself pretty consistently on how much I was asking for.
Sure.
Based off of the work and my own worth, my time. right? And so initially, when I first started working with AI, I went, okay, you're not good at this part. You're delegating this to AI. And what do I mean by that? When I sit down with somebody, I go over the whole vision of what I'm capable of doing for them. I record it. I then sit down, take the whole transcription of the recording, which Zoom does, right? And give that to my AI and say, based off of all of this, how much should we charge them and what would the proposal be, and break it into 3 or 4 separate tiers so they can decide how far they want to go at the beginning, or if they want to just do tier 1 and then we'll go to tier 2, then we'll go to tier 3, building a CRM, whatever it may be. Not only does that work super easy, but then they get to start working with you, and it is already an iterative process, because you're like, okay, and like, I don't let that, I go, what would the prices be for this if they were to hire somebody else to do it? And then I still tend to knock off, like, depending on how big their business is, right? Like, because at the end of the day, like, I know that I'm capable of doing it quite fast too. So I would just recommend, like, not being too perfectionist with it. And then as far as like releasing a product that people are going to pay monthly for, or people are going to subscribe to, that one's even easier, because you just refund people if you mess up. Okay. So the worst case scenario that happens to you is you're out $1 or $2 in Stripe fee on a couple of people. You're not going to be in my situation where you're, every time you refund a video, you're out $4. You know what I mean? Yeah, so like you're in a situation where you have the freedom to move forward and just go, oh shit, sorry, or comp them a month, or do whatever you want. Like, you're the owner this time. So whenever something goes wrong, just think about not Amazon now as much, but think about Amazon back in the day, right? So like, I remember I would get something that was broken or get the wrong item, and I'd go to Amazon support, and then they'd be like, oh, keep it and we refunded you, or we'll just send you another one. And that built so much goodwill, because they just went, we're gonna be the opposite of Walmart and Target. You're not gonna wait in a massive line and hope to God you have the right receipt and all of the shit correctly so you can actually get your money back. No, they're past that. So since that's the case, I just think of that sometimes. It's like, if you're, and a lot of people here have bought stuff from me and from us, right? So you just keep showing up, right? And you just keep being humble and helping when you can, right? Yeah. Obviously, don't stretch yourself as thin as I have, but I'm working on that.
Coach Bob, Coach Bob, how old are you?
I am 60. I will be 63. I'm 62.
Okay. 63 in December, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're talking about you're just scared to jump in the deep water, right?
Well, I don't know what it is. I guess you could say that, right? I mean, I got things set up, ready to go, right? And that's just
I'm just saying that you're 63. You don't have a lot of fucking time.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know that. We might live to be hundreds.
That is my point. Wouldn't Coach Bob have like a system that he owns, that runs itself, that generates money for the Johnson family? And if something happened to Bob, it just keeps cranking money for the family.
That's what I'd love to do.
Instead of, man, can you imagine right now you not being there and something happened to you? It's like, what could your family or your wife or your children do to step in and to make sure that the Johnson family continues to make income?
Yeah. I just need a little kick in the ass every once in a while, Robert.
That's what I was trying to do. I thought that would be a good.
I mean, that's what I look for.
That's a good kick in the ass.
You're gonna get just as addicted as you have to creating websites and to doing that stuff. You're gonna get addicted to going, like, this is one of the most crazy things of this whole experience of vibe coding, creating stuff myself. Is it's like, holy shit! I actually have 7 or 8 products out now, and all of them have money that come into an account that I can instant deposit into my bank account. Like, it's such a different feeling. You know what I mean? Like, obviously you still got to pay taxes and stuff, but like it's such a interesting feeling in comparison to doing a lot of volume and then waiting to be paid. Right? You know, if I release a whole new pack of viral video memes, I basically get to print money because people will go buy packs and then it just requires the time and effort and energy to do it, right? And so like I truthfully think that you'll get addicted to it and you'll start going, what other problems can I solve? What products can I solve them with?
I'm addicted to deposits. I've been addicted to deposits for years. As soon as the internet came out, I don't know if I shared this with you, Bob, and the rest of you, and it took me hours. This is what I'm about ready to explain to you. Like, took me more than a day. But I figured out how to make a cash register noise. Took it out of Pink Floyd, Money.
Oh,
Money.
yeah.
Ting, 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 you know. I took that noise and turned it into the sound that you get when you get an email. And so the first thing that I put online to sell, and then I'm sitting around, and then all of a sudden an email comes in, and it goes, cha-ching. And then another email came in, went cha-ching. What's going on? And this is years ago. This is probably like 2000, 2001, you know, and it was like, man, how can people do anything else? This is freaking awesome. It's like,
yeah, and it is fun. You know, of course, it's exhausting too, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think one of the interesting things about being an entrepreneur is there is not, and if I'm lagging a little bit, sorry about that. There's never like a downtime
Yeah.
no.
necessarily, unless if you want there to be one. And so, like, I was saying this the other day, I think it's the best thing ever against battling like depression or anxiety because
Totally.
you're so busy that you just don't have time to
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I put
So-
out so much work, Matt, in this past
I'm gonna
2
shut my
months.
camera off. Yeah.
This 2 months that I've done in years with websites and everything else. It's phenomenal. And what I would suggest to everyone is sit down with your AI and talk to it and come up with a plan. I throw everything in there. My mom has medical reports. I throw them in.
wow.
It tells exactly. You know, she had a urinary tract infection. It said right away before even the doctor came back to.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? So you guys, you got to start using it more and more. You know, and I think I've talked to Mike about this. I said get your subscription and tell it as much as you can about yourself, and then ask it, and it'll help you out. I'll tell you, it'll guide you. But anyways, thank you so much. I'm sorry to take up so much time.
No.
Bob,
But
thank you.
You
Don't
guys
apologize.
are beautiful, and
Right.
love all you.
Stop
Yep.
saying you're sorry.
Ooh, you better
I will.
listen.
I know. The honey badger.
Yeah, I forgot I was supposed to make you an account and give you a badge.
The
Oh,
queen
the other-
herself.
The other
Hey,
thing is,
This
Matt,
might help.
The profile stuff too is going to get an update, Coach Bob,
Yeah.
with the rest of it. Just been busy.
Yeah. For those
Yeah.
of you that are being very, very, very kind and sharing us stuff with beta with unlimited wisdom, just be patient, man. I don't want to be mean to any one of you, so let me say this statement. On a scale to 1 to 10, what do you think Terry is on Matt's list?
I
Not-
should be like under
Not
Ezra and Hannah. I'm just fucking around.
no.
I'm kidding.
No,
Why not?
And so she's got to be third, right? And Terry tried to log into Unlimited Wisdom and couldn't. How long have some of you been on Unlimited Wisdom?
Couple weeks.
And she doesn't have an account. So the only reason I'm saying that, if Matt right now, because things are coming out and then they're getting upgraded and then they're coming out and they're getting upgraded, right now Matt has a shot to build stuff he's dreamed about his whole life, and it cost him nothing. It cost him nothing because they're doing beta, right? And when they figure it out, they're going to start charging him money. So when all these new platforms of AI came out, now they're competing against each other. I don't get to hear from them. Terry doesn't get to hear from them. And some of you are like, man, where are you? Can you fix this one thing? And it's
Well,
like,
I think it always comes down to like availability, right? Like
it's got
the
to.
the thing that ends up happening is like people get very used to the pace that you place, right? Put in place. So what ends up happening, and this is everybody that I work with, right? They have this situation where they're going, okay, well, how long will that take? And I'll be like I was talking to Drew yesterday, and he's like, I just wish I had a dashboard for A/B testing just to see ads, like the difference, so I know where my money is going and stuff, because I don't really know that. And I said, I'll build it for you. And he's like, really? And he's like, how long will that take? And I said, this afternoon. And he's like, well, how is that possible? First off, how is that possible? Yeah. And I'm like, it just is now.
Yeah.
But people get used to that speed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so what ends up happening is, you know, I still play, and I brought this up a few times. I was playing World of Warcraft a little bit last night.
Good for you.
But there's shit that's broken in that game that's been broken for 8 years. Still broken. Same thing.
Yeah.
$1 billion company. One of the most popular games in the history of humanity.
Yeah.
I think the reality is that, like, yes, as AI even gets into World of Warcraft, people will start getting used to going, holy shit, they fixed a thing in one day instead of it taking forever. Yep. Right? And then people's expectations will shift, and then now anytime something's broken, they'll just hammer them, going like,
well, I
can't believe this is taking a week to fix, you know?
You know, with me understanding people, you know, ever since I've been working with people, there's really two groups of people. One group says, what's working, and I'll focus on that.
Yeah.
And then the other group of people that are always waiting for something to be fixed. And when they get it fixed, they're really good at finding something else that's wrong.
Yeah.
And then they wait until that's fixed.
But there's not a problem with that, because you want to know what those things are. You really want to know what those things are, and it's very helpful. I'm trying to figure out a pathway that makes it easier, right? Because even when I was similarly going into a little bit more about the conversation I had with Drew yesterday, but it's like every single time somebody brings up something that's like a path of resistance, I think that it's like super easy to crush now with AI. It's just it's almost like being a parent, because I am one now. So it's like this is gonna sound like a weird example, but this is the way that I see it. All of you guys have the same capabilities to download the same programs and use them that I do, right? And it's just a conversation with AI, so it's a knowledge-based thing. And you can get over that a lot if you know how to prompt and say, I don't know, which is fine.
Wow.
It's how you learn everything.
That's one of my keys to success.
Yeah, so you all have the same ability to go build or do any of these things. But the amount of people that have asked me lately too, they're like, when are you doing a boot camp? When are you going to sit down and actually show how to do this stuff? I'm like, it's something I'm really excited and want to do. But at the same time, I learned all this shit just going on YouTube, and I just watched the videos, right? Like, you don't even have to give me your money to learn. You could go learn at any moment. And I actually don't even think you need the videos anymore. I think you could just sit down and talk, like Coach Bob said, to AI and go, this is really what I want to accomplish. How do we get there? And
if you don't know, you should say that.
Yeah,
because
and have it researched.
If you keep saying, my biggest problem is I don't know what to do next, but if someone told me what to do, I wouldn't fucking do that either.
Well, that's the cool thing about agentic AI now. It will do
it's
it.
Like, so tell me what I need to do. Let me tell me what to do, where I can trust the process, be excited about the process, be okay with failing forward, and tell me something that I could do now that, based on you knowing me, I would be comfortable in doing. Can you guys see why?
I mean, I would venture.
Mr. B says, hey, I'll help you. Do 100 videos on YouTube. Let me know when you got that done. and then I'll take you to the next step. Why, Alex Hermosi says, go to my YouTube. Every video I've ever done will allow you to make $1 million a year. When you get to $1 million a year, I'll help you get to 10. Why, someone like me goes, hey, if you can't read this book and make it 100 days, you suck. And it's okay to suck right now, because guess what? One day you won't suck. You're going to be able to go, bring that damn book up again. Bring that book up again so I can tell people that I finished it and completed it. So that's what my...
No, I was thinking about, you're going to laugh because you were just saying I have never completed 100 days of it myself. But for some people that want that, that's like this is the type of stuff I'm like, I should just add a counter in the back office that says I read it once today and have a reminder and give people points for it. So it's like every day you're actually going in and you're doing it.
You're so correct, Matt, but AI would help you with that. So if you said, why aren't I finishing an assignment? If it's so easy to, because a lot of things is just doing the action. So when I tell people, listen, I want you to go to Walmart or a store like that, and I want you to buy a physical calendar that you can put check marks on. See, as soon as a person goes, well, I can do that on my phone or my computer, you just proved to yourself that you're not willing to follow instructions from a successful person. You better figure out why every time someone tells you, Sandy, you better find out where that stubbornness comes from, where that rebellion comes from. Because you say, listen, I want my life to get better, but if someone gives you something simple just to prove to yourself that you can do something, see, if you wasn't going to read this book, I'd ask you, like Craig brought up, we'll cover this tomorrow, is okay, then listen to The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale for 30 days in a row. Pick a time that you're going to do it and do it at that time. What you need is a small victory. When is the last time you had a victory? I need to get you a frickin' victory. So why, when they say you work out or you do whatever, you're supposed to do it at the same time every day? Because you need to win a victory. You need to build this thing in your mind where nothing's important than doing that skill. And then when you get that victory, then you can do another victory. Then you can do another victory. And now guess what happens? Someone reaches out to you and says, you should do this. And you say, like Matt, I'll have that done in 30 minutes. Because now you've trained yourself that when someone tells you something important, why would you want to put that off?
Well, you don't have to anymore. This is the really interesting thing about it, right? So would I have put off building Zoom into Unlimited Wisdom? Because when I asked AI what it required, there were 8 different steps of things that I had to do, which means, okay, this is an afternoon. You know what I mean? Like, this will take me an hour or two because you have to get it all and set it all. And then, like I said, I just went, hey, if I open it up in the browser, can you do it all? It's like, as long as you log me into the account, I'll go through and set everything up myself.
Matt,
and so then I sit and work on...
to interrupt you, Matt.
Yeah.
But if people just knew to ask questions, that you skimmed over that like it was nothing. But as soon as you see something that's too big of an elephant, you know what I mean? Then just to very simply go, I don't feel like doing this. So maybe what I should do is like ask, is there something that I can do that would be simpler? You know what?
Well, I always just what I tend to just throw at it is like, a lot of AI will tell you that it can't do things that it actually can do. Oh, wow. And in a lot of ways, it's more just brute forcing your way through or coming up with a different way of doing it. It's just thinking outside the box, and I think that that's like where the fun of it is, right?
Right.
It's like almost like you're trying to outsmart something that's incredibly smart, but when you do, it's great, right? Like, There's been times, even when I was working with Opus 5 in that workflow that you guys seen, that I had it going through and doing something, and I went, maybe if we just deleted this node and attached it to this one, it would go faster. That was my idea, and it worked.
Wow.
And so there's still elements of that always, and I'm sure Coach Bob can relate to that, where it's like, it's not a God level intelligence, but is it an intelligence that can do 80% of your work, 90% of your work at this point? Yes, it can.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know, Matt, let's get to Rebecca, because I just realized Sandy had to leave because we're over an hour. So I feel bad that we didn't get to her question.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No problem, gentlemen.
I'm sorry.
Hey, we both didn't recognize. Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and Rebecca David, thank you so much for your patience. There's your unmute. Please open up and share with us.
Hi, Terry and Robert and Craig and everyone.
Welcome.
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you.
Awesome.
You. I didn't really have anything in particular to say, but I wanted to get in the habit of saying something, right? I've been in the background for a long time, but
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of all y'all. But a couple of things really, what's the word? It's funny. I knew the word I wanted to say, and I was fighting like, no, don't say that word. I was going to say a couple of things ministered to me. And I'm like, no, don't say that word. Isn't it funny how we touch that word?
We beat the shit out of ourselves, man.
So often. Yeah. Yeah, I love the whole, how do you know that and who are you listening to? And the part about scared of rejection, I know a lot of people say that. And I think that is part of it. For me, I think it's scared of criticism, maybe. And I'm trying to even build myself up in that, be like, well, it doesn't matter. But the other part is like, yes, it does. It hurts.
Yeah.
But anyway, then, I love the stuff that Bob was saying. Like, I feel like I just got so much to learn, right?
We all do.
Like a little squirrel brain with everything. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, I like that. Oh, let me do that. But this time off of work, I have been looking for work, applying, changing my resume, learning how to do the stuff. Well, a couple of examples based on what was said today. The last few days, like I wait, there's that squirrel brain. Oh, MG. My gosh.
No, but that's fine, Rebecca. That's fine. What airline did you work for?
Spirit.
Yeah.
They closed down, bankrupt. But
how long did you work for them?
21 years.
Are you going to apply for another airlines, or you're done with airlines?
That's part of the story. Like, for the longest time, I didn't even want to keep that job anymore. I felt like I was being prompted to do something else, and then here's the great opportunity. And what do? I bet I've applied to 20 airlines since.
Wow.
It's for you to be getting gooder and gooder, and I'm so proud of you getting gooder and gooder in your prayer life, right? To think that you go, well, this is just more comfortable for me. So to think that your prayer shut down Spirit Airlines, pretty powerful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I know you're the kind of person, and this is a good thing. It's like, well, if Spirit, just laid me off, then I'd have to do this.
Yeah, but then I start looking back at where I came from. And I had an interview today with an airline. And all along, I'm like, God, I completely trust you. Whatever door you open, I'm going to walk through. And I just pray that you'll open the doors where you want me to go, and close the ones where you don't. And I didn't feel that great about the interview, and afterwards I felt my emotions. I'm like, girl, you got to work on this emotional resiliency. Like, don't be like that. And I'm like, I thought you trusted God. Why are you feeling bad?
That's why that statement, who told you that? You know what I mean? Who told you that? You know what I mean? Because you got to always understand that you got people like me and the rest of your family here. You know what I mean? And you also have God.
Yeah.
So if we're all telling you that Rebecca's something different than everybody else, then they're wrong. When Melody and I first started working together, she really had she really was dealing with a lot of issues that all people are dealing with. There was just so much going on in her life with the death of her husband and her dealing with cancer and her trying to take care of her young kids and not having any money and being homeless. Anybody that wants to say, well, you don't know how bad I have it. I always introduce them with Melody because when she tells them where she was when I met Melody, they apologize. They apologize for complaining. You know what I mean? And so, one of the things that I was good at with Melody is because her self-worth and who she was and how she thought about herself. And then there was another thing that she was doing, what she had the right to do, is just why is all this fucking happening to me? Why is all this stuff happening to me? You know what I mean? Because I felt that when I was a child, that if this isn't happening to anybody else, then I must be really bad. You know what I mean? I must be a really bad person if this awful stuff keeps happening to me, right? And so it was really, really difficult to get Melody off her default, which was, why would people listen to me? Of course they're going to reject me. And, to be brutal, and Melody won't mind, just her voice and the way she spoke allowed people to make fun of her. You know what I mean? She didn't speak with confidence. She didn't speak with authority. You know what I mean? So, she always felt like I felt that if they only really knew the real me, they wouldn't have anything to fucking do with me. If they could go in my background and see all the stuff that I thought of myself, my story, they wouldn't give me a second of their freaking time. So it's when all of a sudden you realize that they're talking to a very unique miracle that God created that's on an assignment. So now when you're talking to people and you use that authority, it's like, I'm not trying to be mean here, but it's almost like you have no fucking clue who you're talking to. You know what I mean? It's like you set yourself up mentally that I was chosen, I'm unique, there's no one like me, I'm a miracle, and I'm here to do God's work. And I'm on assignment. I'm on assignment from God. These are my gifts, and this is my assignment.
I think I've been running from that assignment for a long time, trying to go around it. Like, well, maybe if it would look like this so that I don't have to put myself out there, I don't want to tell my story. I don't want, blah, blah, blah.
And that's what Joseph Campbell talks about, Rebecca. If I had you write down, and you wouldn't have to give this to other people, right? But if I said, okay, no bullshit, Rebecca, which you and I have done, it's like, I go, what is the thing you're most scared of?
Probably that part about being criticized. I don't know.
So if that really is truly it, and it doesn't make a difference if it is it, according to the world, according to God, that says fear not 365 times.
Yeah.
To lean on me. Don't lean on your own understanding. I'm right beside you. I'll never leave you or forsake you.
I know.
But God did one thing right and it's wrong at the same time. Can you imagine that God, in my opinion, did something wrong? He did it on purpose, but he gave us free will.
Gave us the choice, yeah.
So if we have free will and he says, Rebecca, you need to step into your gift. When people hear your voice and your story, you'll attract the people and the money and the resources you need to make everything happen. But who told you? See, it's like you're listening to yourself, you're listening to the adversary, you're listening to everything out there that this is the place I don't need to go to yet. But that's the place that opens everything up.
Yeah.
So Joseph Campbell, when he wrote in The Hero's Journey, and that's why all the movies use that, Rebecca. They use the hero's journey because it's the individual in the story that finally says, I don't give a fuck. I'm not living like this anymore. And soon as they lean into that, like Jonathan Livingston Seagull, if you haven't seen that movie, as soon as you lean into that, you'll know you're in the right direction because the whole world and yourself will go, oh, don't do that. Don't, because the world knows, and Satan, the power over this earth, knows when Rebecca figures that out, he's lost you forever.
I've had little glimpse of what that would be like, and I'm like, yes, it's like this little encourager, and then the other part's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait just a minute here.
When they show movies like Animal House with, an angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other, I think that's so freaking funny of how real that is.
I know.
It's just, and you've heard me say this before, as soon as you know that you know and you feel it, then understand that it's scriptural that the adversary is there immediately to steal your joy. And immediately. So that means you go, you know what? I'm not going to worry about the criticism. I know it's part of it. And how you can see that it's not just about Rebecca. It's like, I wouldn't say that people should watch politics in this day and age.
Right.
But when a person decides to run, boy, you want to talk about pulling out stuff about you. And then here's the other one. We know that probably more than that is made up stuff. It's just to see whether or not you can make it through this.
Yeah, I loved what I've heard you say about be the one to say stuff that you don't want someone else to say it, you say it first.
So the criticism is you get rid of the criticism when you no longer fear that the Rebecca that God made and also the journey that you made. See, like I know I've said this to you and I mean it. When I can look at every single thing that's happened to me and know it made me to who I am.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's some stuff that I would not like to repeat.
Right.
There's some stuff that is really, really awful stuff. And then who I was before and going through it and after it was the worst person I could have been. Because every one of you will know this, but it's like things happen to you where you spend almost 24 hours a day trying to figure out how to get revenge on someone. So what's the first part? The first part, you get mad. You're just a denier. You know what I mean? This ain't really happening. This is not really happening. This is not really happening. And then all of a sudden, it becomes a realistic that it is happening. And this individual or thing did hurt you. And then when it comes to you that they planned it out and did it on purpose. And people wonder why. Hey, I can't believe this person got arrested for trying to get their spouse killed. Yeah, that person took that revenge idea too far. Or, wow, watch this video. This lady drives over her husband 5 times with a Mercedes. Or, yeah, and all of us,
Good one, Matt.
all of us outside could go, just get a divorce and forget about it. Wait a minute. So then the divorce has something to do with one individual using your children against you.
Sounds familiar.
And it's just, listen, I thought that this was bad. But no, this is worse. And now this is worse than that. You know what I mean? And it again comes down to I don't know your personal story, but I was telling you my story. I can't tell you the times that Terry wanted to get rid of my ex.
There's more people that I'd like to get rid
Yeah,
of.
because she would purposely do things to limit my time with him, but we would live in California and he was living in Wyoming or wherever she was, and we would always have to take part of our vacation time to go get him.
In the winter, in the shitty roads. Fucking cow.
So I'm only saying that to go that during that time when you felt helpless is when you became very, very acceptable to criticism. Because that's what happened to me. I was a person that, well, I'm not gonna be one of those divorced people. I'm not gonna be one of those absentee parents.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's like I had no choice, And so now when you hear people talking, they're probably not talking anything. They're probably talking about why their apples are not growing on their apple tree. And you look over there and you know both of them, and they're saying shit about you.
Whatever.
So now see how we become very sensitive because
Yeah.
we just believe that everyone fucking knows. Everyone knows.
Or they don't know
Then-
or they don't know my story, or they
Right.
make up their own stories. And what does
Yeah.
it really matter? And like you said to Bob about how old are you? Well, I think I'm older than everyone here. And
Not me.
yeah,
Are you really?
yeah,
Well, you don't look it.
he's 69 in a couple months.
Oh
I
my
said
God.
that out loud. Oh my gosh.
You're
Bill Maher
you're-
is 70 or 72, and he doesn't look that old. My mom's neighbor, she's
You
like,
don't-
I'm gonna be 72. I'm like, get out of town.
you don't look that old. But
Well.
you're gonna have the Deborahs beat you up. You know what I mean? Because Deborah Grady and Deborah Bronner,
They got me beat.
I think so.
Well, but they're good inspiration.
Yeah,
But
they are.
but what you said about we don't. Golly, I look back at so many things that I have hesitated on, or but didn't feel confident in, or felt scared of, or
Right,
whatever.
Mary.
Lord have mercy, the time is just going by so fast, and we don't want to keep.
Yeah. And so what I want to do is
Stop.
on all the people here, I hope, Rebecca, thank you again for just having the courage and being bold, because I've had to work through this stuff. And so, the next part after that is you already know this next part is isolation. It's like, so I just don't want to be around people that used to know me, and I'll just create a whole new family away from them. You know what I mean? And then I don't have to deal with that criticism. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you realize, well, this is not fun either.
Yeah.
So where I turned that energy is I was going, wow, where's something that I can focus, and God, give me the gift, tell me what my gift is and where I got to focus. And there's this post that I always seen out there. You don't want to have to tell anybody what you're doing, but now everybody knows what you're doing. And it's positive. It's like, oh my God, she's speaking. Is that her speaking at an event with all those people? You see what I mean? It is like whatever your dreams and your so when you get really heartfelt at telling your story to help other people, then it's like people come out of the woodwork and go, Rebecca, can you come on a Zoom and talk to our group? Can you speak at our event? And then before you know it, you've got enough content out there where you have enough for a book. And you don't have to write it because you already spoke the stuff. So AI puts it in a book and then puts it into your personal hero's journey. And now Rebecca's got a book. in different languages and an audiobook. And
it's just so funny how, it's just been so long that I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. And then I'm like, well, I'm sure there's a way where I don't have to talk about me. I can just talk to the person I'm talking to. But that's where I feel like I'm being
that's that personal that's that personal conversation that you have to have with God.
I have.
Because, did you hear that I went through every episode of Chosen? No. I just decided Terry was visiting as, so I watched every episode of Chosen. And there's one story that resonates with me to you. Okay? And the women in the old days, they went and fetched water. Okay? So it shows Jesus go up to this well that's outside the city. And it was during the day. And so here comes this woman to get water. But Jesus is sitting there and he doesn't have a rope. He doesn't have the things to drink the water. So he's waiting for her and he's like, hey, can I ask you a question? Could you help me out with get some water? You got the jars, you got the rope. And she's going, why are you talking to me? And you know the story, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like, why are you talking to me? And he goes, I know who you are. Oh, and you're still talking to me? Yeah, I don't think you really know.
Sure.
Well, why did she say that to Jesus? Because if he knew the whole story, then he wouldn't be talking to her.
That's what she thought, yeah.
And he's going, I forget how many husbands, well, you've had this many husbands. You're currently right now living in a house with this guy and you're not married. And he just like spills all her tea to herself and there's no one else there. And she goes, oh my God, you're the one. And he's going, yeah. And he said, the first question I ask you is, can you still help me with a drink of water? She's like, oh my God, I feel embarrassed, right? You know what I mean? But she wouldn't just say yes and get him a drink of water because she was more worried that if he knew who she was or she really knew who he was, she wouldn't have anything to do with him. Right? So then she gets the water and then she goes, why did you talk to me? And he goes, do you really think I'm the one? She goes, I know you're the one. Great. Go into the city and tell everybody. Go into the city and tell everyone you know who I am, that you met me. And because she was willing to talk about him, she no longer gave a shit about what people thought about her.
So true, yeah. So true.
See that shift?
Yeah. I'm pretty confident that I'm past that part. Now it's the technical kind of stuff. But yesterday was funny. After several hours and a few days of looking for the perfect image for my new YouTube banner, I was going back and forth with ChatGPT, and at the end of the day, finally, I had saved all these different pictures and none of them were right between either one of us. And at the end of the day, he's like, well, what if I just made this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I heard you make good images. And he whips out this gorgeous image. And I'm like,
and you were critical even a little bit about
why didn't you do that a long time ago? But then we're working back and forth because he does one thing and then Claude does another, and
right.
And it was taking a long time, and I felt myself getting tense
Right.
because my time with Claude ended. I only pay $20 a month right now, so I had to wait. So I go back to ChatGPT and I said that, and then I expressed just a little bit of my frustration, and then I went back and said, if I would have had to pay someone for this, that would have been a lot. Plus, I'd still have to put my input in, but just the perspective. But anyway, but asking listen, questions. So now I love what Matt said about just ask the questions.
So think about this, Rebecca. And this is a true statement, by the way. If you did the part that you were scaredest of,
Being on video. I feel called to make this YouTube
yeah,
channel, and I don't want to be on video.
I'm telling you, when you do the thing you're scared the most of, then the universe and God will take care of everything else that you need done.
I know, my heart knows that.
So wasting time learning how to do things and learning how to do this and learning how to do this. And then there's another thing that you and I know from our hearts is that there's not another step for you. It's only this step. So a lot of us go, well, I need to make money and I need to make, I need to make money. I need to make
Unemployment's
money.
running out in a couple months. I got to replace it.
And so, but that, you know, God meets all your needs according to his riches and glory.
Right.
And so
but we
if
gotta
you
take
trust,
that.
if you trust that, and you go into the gift that he gave you to help other people, then you're always going to have money and the people and the resources that are going to be touched by your story. And they're going to do all the stuff that you want to learn. But another thing is your focus can't be as soon as I get the money taken care of. Because that's not trusting God.
Yeah, no, there's a balance there.
There's no balance. You
Yeah,
either
well, I can fund the vision
you
too.
either trust or you don't.
I do.
Yeah. So that lady, why did I pull that story out of nowhere for you?
She had all her inner stories and insecurities.
Everything was stopping her from everything until she made the commitment to tell everyone that she knows that she met the one. When she finally said nothing else matters other than doing what I'm told, and that's to tell everyone in that city that I met the one. And that's for everybody. That's just not for Rebecca. There's all these stuff that we keep thinking that we need to do.
Yeah.
And that's our thinking. That's not our asking and following. Those are huge differences. Let go, let God. Let go, let God. I'm going to let go right after I handle these other things by myself.
I also have a tendency to want to know the whole storyboard, like how's everything going to fit together first, because I don't want to make another mistake, God forbid. Right?
But you make mistakes because you're leaning on your own understanding.
Yeah, I know.
If I ask you in the last 6 years how many mistakes that you've made,
please.
That's because you're thinking.
It's a specialty.
Yeah. But the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over, expecting a different result. So you keep looking for something that you can do other than the gift that God gave you to generate revenue and generate some kind of status other than being yourself. And I can tell you by experience that none of this stuff means anything. I'm finally stepping in and just putting him first. But my mind keeps trying to trick me. It's going, why would people listen to you? You should tell them all that you've done and how much money you've made and how much people that you help. And I know that you just joined us again and I love you. But listen to this message. I watched 40 episodes of Chosen. And then after praying, this is what God said to me. He said, "Did you hear how often Jesus talked about himself?"
Right.
He never did. I just listen to my Father. I just listen to my Father. I just listen to my Father. He never ever said, "I did this. I did this. I did this."
Right.
No, because that's not important. I need you, Rebecca, to listen to your Father. Can you listen to you need to listen to our Father. And
I'm
if you do it,
doing
and
it.
if you do it, you'll have everything. I'm not saying it's easy, but once you're aware of it, it's like, what if the gift that I have is my voice and my heart talking to those that have ears to hear? What if there was one person or one woman that heard me tell my story and started crying and going, "I'm okay. I got this."
It's not so much about, boy, I got a quick argument, right?
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
so much about
Well,
telling
you've
my
practiced
story.
it. You've practiced it all this years.
No, but it's not so much about me telling my story. It's about wanting to help the women who are going through similar things, to help them get to the other side and feel better and have a better life. But I know that they're not going to really open up to me if I don't share some of why I want to do that. So that's the part that stopped me all along. So I feel like I'm okay to not let that stop me
I think
anymore.
I think what you should do now that you're part of the inner circle and the wisdom council is there's a few women on here that are doing circles. And you need to talk to Melody and Deborah and Deborah. There's like, we have so many women that if you knew their story, you're going to go, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And it's like,
For Grady's could be a Lifetime movie.
oh, yeah.
I learn more about her every time we have
Deborah Grady, there's already a Hallmark movie for Deborah Grady. It's like, but Melody too. I bet you if we really knew Rebecca's story, that would be one as well. But some of you have stories that
All
probably
of us,
end up
yeah.
on Dateline. You know what I mean? Dateline, right? But Rebecca, I thank you for trusting the Hollis family again and trusting unlimited wisdom. We're not gonna let you down.
No, you never did. You never did. Yeah, I have a lot of squirrels in my head. I'm like, yeah, but I need to get a Gentek AI so I could do this. It's like, but I just need to start doing like one step at a
You
time.
you need pictures all over your house of hearts.
I already got that stuff. I got the word love. It's all.
Yeah, because when are you gonna have that great of a communication from your heart instead of your head?
Just a second.
Um, I do. I'm kind of intellectual, believe it or not. Like I like to think and learn and plan and see the whole picture.
Sure.
I just stop. Right?
Yeah, yeah. But you do that
I get
stuff.
it.
You do that stuff because it's comfortable.
Yeah. Stay in the comfort zone.
That's so true. I noticed that whenever
Yeah.
like emotions get to a certain point, I could dive into videos. It's my favorite pastime. Is to
Yeah,
look.
your avoidance activity. Your
It used to be
avoidance
eating and
activity.
drinking. Now it's learning.
Yeah,
So,
your avoidance activity is learning
yeah.
and researching.
Yeah, I love it.
And that just keeps putting us away from. I've been there. I've been there. It's like, why can't I promote anybody other than me? Why can't I just want to promote somebody else. I don't want to promote me. It's like, hey, it's not easy, but I know you can do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you.
Thank you for listening. I didn't mean to have this take so long, but thank you.
That's great.
It was good. But
I'm pretty critical. It did take too long. Okay, Rebecca, just not only did you laugh, but just say, shut up. Come on, I dare you.
All right, let's end it. That's my way of saying shut up. Recess is over.
If you don't feel like being mean, maybe there's something like, nah, you're wrong.
I heard something. I don't want to go on another topic, but years ago, I took this one personality test, and I was going through paperwork recently and shredding a bunch of stuff, and I came across this one I took in 2018, which wasn't that long ago. But the top one was something about me being peaceful, and they were all, and I was reading them, I'm like, yeah, that sounds right. But then I read part of it, and it was like, but if you don't acknowledge the anger, you start taking it out against yourself. And I was
Totally.
like, whoa, that makes sense.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, well, I'm angry about this.
Hey, have you ever taken the test on 16personalities.com?
I think that's what it was.
I probably told you. I tell everybody to do that.
Yeah, I took it a few times, and it comes back the same every time. But that's the part that I didn't know, that people who, at least what it said on my paper, was that even though you have that peace, if you don't express the other side of it,
Yeah.
it could be turned inwardly. And I'm like,
It's self-destructive. Yeah, it's self-destructive. It's straight out sabotage.
yeah.
But the way not to blame yourself is when we went through, not saying that you have to go through this, but that outwitting the devil that we went through with, Dr. Dana Scratton.
Yeah, I watched a lot of it, but not all of it. Yeah.
Because
that's what I could.
I'll tell you what I got out of it the most. This is what I got out of it the most. That I now have somebody else to blame instead of myself. It really worked for me that I would go, nah, fuck you, Satan. Not today, Satan. See what I mean? Because I would just normally I was just like, well, Robert, you're not controlling the wrong voices in your head. You should be able to control your thoughts and your emotions.
Mm.
And then when I went through all the stuff with drifting, now I get to yell at somebody and tell them to shut up. It just worked for me. So every thought that I had that was negative or drifting or causing distraction or avoidance, I'd like, shut the fuck up. So now I'm not telling me to shut up. She does. She tells me to shut up.
I don't think I've ever told you to shut up.
No, I don't. I think you have told me to stop talking.
Yes, that's what we're all trying to get to. Just zip it.
Zip it.
Let's quiet.
Okay, Rebecca, I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you.
Love
Thank
you guys
for
so
having
much.
courage
Thank
and
you.
being brave and talking. We're here to help you. I'm here to help you.
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate you so much.
Have a great day. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, bye,
Rebecca,
guys.
Bye-bye.
thank you so very much. And just a quick shout out to the people who participated in today's Inner Circle. Melody Ryba, Coach Bob, Rebecca, thank you so much. Matt Hollis, of course. Love and appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for being our backbone. And of course, Robert and Terry, love you guys. Thank you so much. There's some things in the chat, some of the things that we brought up during this Inner Circle. If you want to save the chat so you can access those, click the three dots in the meeting chat and then click Save Chat. It will download to your computer as we conclude. And we really appreciate each and every one of you taking time out of your busy busy schedule to join us. I think I need a jumper cables on my mouth today. It just seems to not be going quite as well as it normally does. So thank you all very much for taking the time to join us. And as Robert had said, tomorrow, noon p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, our next Daily Wisdom. You do not want to miss this one.
What's the title?
We become who we hang around.
I thought it was.
Oh, no. Oh. We become what we think about.
There you go.
We become what we think about. So, be there tomorrow, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, right here. Love and appreciate each and every one of you.
Thank you, Craig.
So
thank you, Faith, Melody.
I'm going to go ahead and unmute so we can all say
Deborah,
so long.
Matthew, Inez, Hannah, Ben. We talked so long, Ben went to work and came home from work.
Have a great
Oh my
day.
gosh. Bye, everyone. Have a great
Bye.
Bye,
Thanks so much,
Rebecca.
Robert.
Bye,
Take
Coach
care.
Bob, Dustin.
See you soon. Thanks,
Listen.
everybody. Bye now. And you're right, Robert.
Thank you. Thanks, Craig.